All right, so here we are. We're coming up on the Treehouse. Had quite a bit of progress. It's now no longer being held up. It is actually standing on its own, floating on its own. Here you can see I've attached a ladder. I've also added some of the guardrails. I used some structural screws, 6.5-inch structural screws from a video that I saw on YouTube, and I'll put the link. But it made it incredibly easy to put up these guardrails. I still have to put up the blocks for this side and for that far side, but it only took a few seconds really to install these guardrails using those structural 6-inch screws. If we look up under it, you can see my floor joist, and you can also see where I had some iron brackets made, or steel brackets made up, fabricated from a welder. And I just kind of painted those to make sure they didn't rust. I primed and painted them. Floor joists are installed. Since it's triangular, I had to use 90 or straight floor joists, regular floor joists initially, but on this side I actually kind of made some wooden joists and nailed in with 16D nails in each joist. I used either 6 or 8-inch 2x6 or 2x8s for my floor joists, and you can see over here in this corner I also have those steel brackets. I use hangers as well, and you can see these are 2x12 doubled up, and I also put an iron L bracket on the bottom so that it's not resting on the wood, and it also gives some extra strength. And that's brackets. Steel brackets are 1/8 inch, and I think these are 3/16 of an inch L brackets that's on the bottom. Everything is really pretty solid. My floor joists don't really have any bounce. Here I had to use a mender. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I think maybe this piece was a little wet. I tried to let all the wood dry for a while, but I think this piece must have been a little wet and it split, but it only split on one side, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. But you see that's a 2x8. So I just put a couple of mending pieces in there, and this extra bracket that I had, I just flattened out and dropped in there as well. I will say that most of my, like 95-99% of my hangers were installed with nails, but these structural screws, they, with the impact, make it go really quick. So they're more expensive, but they're a lot faster. So that may be something you want to do, but I actually just used regular old nails, 10D and 16D nails. So this is where I am right now. You can see also that I have some of the flooring kind of laid out. It's not installed, just laid out. Decking is really hard to find now during COVID with everyone doing home projects. But I did some 16 footers that span the entire distance. And I'm actually thinking about taking some of these shorter ones back and trading those in for 16 footers if I can find them. That'll make it a whole lot easier. But this is where I am so far. Thanks for tuning in.